So I kind of wanted to point out these Chad Cronin and his Epstein cabal, they get off on watching people suffer. They get off on watching, and part of that for me is not being able to be with my animals or make my art. They know that's important. And, that's something that's personal to me. That's why they murdered Michaela. They knew it would hurt me. Oh, and plus they knew how to extract money out of it. There's never one motive. I think that was their primary motive, was because they knew she gave me a broader, I was always a civil and human rights activist, but once I came across, I was watching Jim Blackwood, and then Michaela's channel popped up in the algorithm. And then I learned a whole lot more about about industrial farming and fur farm. I thought that shit was over with. I remember when I was a kid in the early 70s, Warren Beatty played in this movie called Heaven Can Wait. And one of the opening scenes is he's a CEO of some sort of, I don't know whether it's the actual tuna company or whether it's the company that owns the tuna company, whatever it was. But there was activist protests outside of his office because there was dolphins being caught up in the net, and there was dolphins in the tuna. And I thought fur farms were like made illegal and eradicated and unpopular decades ago. I had no clue that torturing animals was a thing, that the fur trade was huge, especially in Canada. That's something Jim doesn't understand. He couldn't imagine why anybody would be trapping raccoons. All furs they use them to make mittens and clothing and all types of winter gear for northern Russia, Iceland, Finland, all those countries where it can be an average all winter long. Your average temps are -40 or -60. So when I'm making enough money that I can enjoy a little bit of art, which I very seldom. I mean, I had all those art supplies out in the wood. Did I ever get an opportunity to use them? No. But I still had the opportunity if I wanted it. Also, I didn't always get to do all the things I wanted to do for the raccoons. But again, I was out. I sacrificed that time to spend hours upon hours making videos or typing up emails or whatever I needed to do to report the crap that was going on with the park rangers or any of Epstein's and Judge Hoar's cabal, cartel, whatever. So when I'm upset because I'm not making enough money to just have some basic little things, it isn't about the money, and it isn't about the things. It's about pissing them off. They are getting off. They are having wet dreams because I can't shower, because I have to smell to high heaven, because I can't, because I don't have enough money to do laundry or go to Planet Fitness. So, and then now I'm in real trouble because I tried to quit the amlodipine, and I took a dose at 3:30 on Monday. 3:30 last night, I was in pretty bad shape. If I had gone to sleep with my sleep apnea, it probably would have killed me. I probably would have gone into cardiac arrest. So I had to dose with an amlodipine. And I don't have very many left. So what I may have to do is get this restraining order written up, get it CC'd to Essex PD. It's going to be CC'd to Paul Dragon so the motherfucker can't say he don't know. And then when I start getting symptomatic, I may have to call Essex 911 so their EMTs can determine, yes, she's in amlodipine withdrawal, and then they can take me to UVM. And if they discharge me without my fucking meds, they're going to have to answer to Essex PD for that. I will let them know, since they watch my videos, that I will report them to Essex PD for, if they discharge me out of that hospital without my fucking amlodipine, and I'm not gonna let them inject me with anything. They can give me a pill and a prescription, and if they don't, as soon as I get out, I'll be calling Essex PD to let them know that they deliberately didn't give me the meds. In fact, I'll include a link to the recording of that physician's assistant. The last time I went in there for a refill of my blood pressure meds, demanding to know who my legal counsel was that was keeping me alive with the cancer, which is all part of a sealed whistleblower and child sex trafficking investigation tied to Epstein. He can't demand that. And when I said I can't tell you that, that's attorney-client privilege. Oh, well, I'm not writing for your meds. I want you to see mental health. That's a fucking threat, bitch. So I'm going to put a link to that recording in the email when I send it out. And it's going in the restraining order text, too. To Officer View. So technically, one pill can last me 3.5 days. So I've got about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get something figured out. But if they don't get me a script, I'm gonna have to leave Vermont because the pressure is too much. You feel like your head's gonna explode and you're gonna have a heart attack, and it ain't no fucking joke. You don't fuck with that shit. And it's absolutely insane that nobody has given me victims advocates to get this shit remedied. Because if I die, all the emails I've sent to Sarah George's office, she ain't going to be able to prosecute nobody. Neither's Hochul. Nobody's going to be able to prosecute these motherfuckers because you're going to be, their defense is going to be all over that. The defense will have a valid malicious prosecution claim because you're basically prosecuting them for not getting me victim services that cost me my life. And if you do the same thing, who the fuck are you to charge anybody with shit? You let them kill me so you could use my dead body as what, political fodder? Exactly that. So I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you see from their perspective. It's called contingency planning. I ain't gonna let it get that far. I will walk up to and say, I need a ride to wherever. I've got to get my blood pressure meds. I ain't gonna get them here. I'll go somewhere, and then I'll come right back to Vermont. But I'm gonna have to leave the jurisdiction. I'm not fucking around with this bullshit. So I'm going to try to come up with a different plan so that to kind of compel them to do their fucking job at UVM. And I'm going to let them know they ain't charging me for that visit because their fucking fraud scheme is exactly why I don't have a fucking doctor in the first place. It's going to be a work comp injury on them. So no insurance would cover it because it's their criminal liability. appreciate all the help that I do get from whoever flying a sign. It's not enough. I couldn't sleep last night because it was so fucking hot. I should have been asleep as soon as my head hit that pillow. I was tired enough after being out in the heat all day. It was too fucking hot. And I had a little fan that dude gave me. It died within an hour. Charged it all fucking day. It died in an hour. I think it was no good anyway. I got another one here I'm charging. But it takes forever to charge the motherfucker. I'm better off getting a power bank, a little 10,000 from Wally World, and one of their little $5 USB fans, and doing it that way because it's got a long cord. I can hang it. But anyway, so those are the issues I'm dealing with now. Right now it's so damn hot. I'm not going to probably be eating much. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to email Robin Gibbons, who's the regional manager here at McDonald's, and let her know the situation that Judge Hoare and my ex-boyfriend, who's one of Epstein's defense attorneys, and a lot of Epstein's other defense attorneys are sending. There was 2 goddamn undercovers, not really undercovers, I'm gonna call them moles. They were civilians. Well, actually, one lady said I think her name's Paula, said she worked for Homeland Security, the one that's always got the headphones on it, acts like she's journaling or something. But then the other kid that thinks he's a gamer that plays with the magic card, he were here. Both of them were here. So I'm going to let her know there's several of them that come here and they sit here and take up space. And this place was packed. And they're sitting here taking up tables for no other reason than to be here when I get here in hopes of striking up a conversation with me. I don't really know what the fuck they think they're going to do. Even though I've let them know I'm on to both of them, to their face. Well, they keep coming the same reason why Piper keeps coming, because they think that if they keep coming, that proves that they're not really DHS moles. Because, if they were DSH moles and I'm putting them all over the internet, well, they would just stop, wouldn't they? No, you motherfuckers don't stop shit. You are that stupid. You're the very definition of stupid shit over and over again, expecting different results.